What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about TAR's AI, TAI today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. I wasn't going to make this video today, but looking at the price, I actually just checked it, and it's at about 12% of a discount today. So I figured I might make a video just because I want to keep everybody's minds screwed on right, your head screwed on right, and nobody makes the wrong decision at the worst time. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before, right? And I'm definitely in the negative with this thing so far. But that's kind of how a lot of good ventures start, actually. But where we are, just relative to this price action here, I think it's very obvious that you're at a relative low. Okay, so this is when I say relative low, I don't mean that boom, it's time to go. Maybe it is. You never know. This could be a really bad time to sell as a result of that. After all, every step of the way down that we're seeing these lower lows. The volume is declining too. If the volume's declining and we're moving down, what's that tell you? We're in a consolidation phase. This isn't a breakout to the downside, guys. We're just consolidating. And when we break out, whichever direction it might be, I'm thinking it's to the upside. I think it's going to be much more fantastic than whatever potential downside we have left to go. But whenever I say this is a relative low, we're going to do one of two things. Either one, we're going to bounce and it's going to be glorious. We're going to break out and go higher. That's awesome. Sorry, hold on. That was loud. That's my daughter. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I'm sure you could. But so if we don't break out and go higher, or we might find, this is a lower low. We come up, we find a lower high, maybe above these highs, but like lower, a lower high in overall trend, right? This high was above these highs, but it was still a lower high overall, right? Something like this that could go up to about 7.5 cents or 7.4 cents, somewhere around there, and then reject and come back down. And if we do go lower, I wouldn't expect that we go too much lower. And if we look at the fibs here, if we're pulling up the daily time frame, if we go from a low to a high here, let's see. Let me just get this on there, right? The right scale. Low to a high here. The next area to find support at would be the 0.5 at about 5.88 cents. Perhaps we do go down there. It's very possible that we could find support here. And what we'd look for at this point in time would be to close above the 382 rather immediately. Like tomorrow, today, one of those days, right? We're pretty far below it. And if in the next 6 hours, 55 minutes, we do close here or below the 382, that's fine. But what would be a very bullish reversal signal would be if the next day, the very following day, you close one candle below here and then you get back up here above the 382 and you close the next day above there. That'd be a very bullish signal. So that's what we're looking for if we're going to confirm this as a low. The reason why that is because whenever you consolidate like this below the 382, and oftentimes I will say that in this kind of environment, I'm a bit surprised you didn't find support at the 382 perfectly. Like that's normally what you do. For some reason, there's a fad where cryptos are ignoring that, right? There's a couple cryptos that have identified that are supposed to do this, and they do it for like a time. You get like one little bounce, but then they go down. So for some reason, it's not working out. But this is just the season for not working out, I guess, as far as 382 bounces go. Something to consider going forward, okay? But all I'm trying to say here is, oftentimes you do find support right here. The fact that we've broken out now would suggest that we go to the golden ratio, or the 0.5. I don't think that we go to the golden ratio. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I don't expect Bitcoin to drop too much. 27% to a 35% drop, while Bitcoin's not even going to drop like 5%. I don't see that happening. So my expectation would be that we do bounce at 5.8 cents there, unless we get tomorrow to close above the 382, because this is a very validating candle to the downside. So the only thing that's going to invalidate it would straight up be an invalidating candle that closes above the 382. So tomorrow we would have to do that. If not, maybe the next day, but the sooner the better, right? We don't want to dilly-dally. So that's the goal. And then looking at the 4-hour time frame, if we're looking at this here, it really does seem to me like we are at the low of this range. I think that we're going to bounce here. If we take this relative low here to a relative high, we're tipping the golden ratio, quite literally tipping it. So that's a good area to bounce from there. I would expect that the remaining, hours of the day, we probably do pursue higher prices. Just how much higher do we go? Do we stop at 7.4 cents? Do we go all the way up to 8 cents? How much higher do we go? That's the question. And if we can break through here, I think a breakout would look something like, let's see, I don't know, something like this probably. Something around either 7.5 cents, I guess, or lower, maybe lower, I guess. Damn. Yeah, if we get above 7.2 cents, I guess we're breaking out, you guys, because that's actually, that line's a lot better fit. It's the lower target, to be fair, but it's a lot better fit than this line is for as far as resistance goes throughout this whole trend. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you liked the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We're looking for the day to close above, whether it's today or tomorrow, ideally by the end of tomorrow, we're looking for a day to close above 7.337 cents. And if we can do that, by the time I make my next video, or by the time that tomorrow closes, that'd be very validating to this being the low and that we're going to go higher. Getting prices consistently above 7.2 cents would also help validate that as well. So let's just see how the next 24 hours goes. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.